Blast me to Bermuda! It's time for episode 8 of the Mad Merlin's Warhammer 40,000 Imperium journey, part 2, gallery and playthrough. Hello and welcome back to the Mad Merlin's Warhammer 40,000 Imperium journey. We're continuing issue 8 with our new playthrough and a gallery view of our completed Necron Overlord. So here we have my Necron Overlord painted in the Saltec Dynasty colours, with gold, silver and greens, looking rather menacing, holding his resurrection orb high and keeping his war scythe at the ready. I also added some extra detail to the base in the form of some snow texture and a green rock from the Under Empire basing kit, which is an old basing kit Games Workshop did many years ago, suitable for Necrons and Skaven. I still have quite a few of these lying around, but I'm sure there'll be some third-party people online who make some resin-printed. Oh god, my tongue is not working today. Resin third-party components for clear green rocks. Anyway, if I can get my tongue to work properly, we'll move on to our playthrough. So here we have our playthrough 8, the Overlord Rises. So it's another battle on the small mat and pits the Overlord against the Aggressors. Let's see what new rules we have. So we learn about fight sequences this time around. So this means that before we were just doing one player's attacks and that is it for a turn. In full games of Warhammer 40,000, we take it in turns on a single turn to do our fights. So charging models fight, an opponent selects a unit to fight, and then the player whose turn it is will fight with a model. And you repeat those processes over and over until all eligible units to fight have fought. But we also now have a little bit more on the profile. So we've got our Primaris Aggressors here. They have a movement of 5, a weapon skill of 3+, a wounds of 3, a strength of 4 and a toughness of 5 from that Gravis armor. They have 3 attacks and a save of 3+. They have their Flamestorm gauntlets, which have a range of 12 inches, assault 2d6, strength of 4, AP minus nothing, and automatically hitting with their ability. And in melee, it has a strength of ×2, a AP of -3, and you subtract 1 from your hit rolls due to how cumbersome they are. And Necron Overlord has a move of 6, a weapon skill of 2+, 5 wounds, a strength and toughness of 5, 4 attacks, and a save of 3+. His Void Scythe is ×2, -4, and you have a -1 to hit with him. And he has the Living Metal ability, which means he regains wounds which he has lost in previous turns. We also have at the very bottom a wound table. So before we were just doing hits automatically wounding. In games you have to compare your strength to your toughness. So if our strength is twice or more of the opponent's toughness, it's a 2+ to wound. If it's greater, 3, equal to 4, lower than 5, half the toughness, it's a 6. So that's all our new rules. I'll just set the table up ready for the battle and we'll get on with mission 8. Playthrough 8. The Overlord Rises. Beneath Megaria's barren crust, at the center of the Necron repair crypt, an Overlord of the Saltec Dynasty awakens from stasis to find intruders inside its inner sanctum. Void Scythe in hand, it strides forth ready to strike down those who would dare to disturb it. Mission briefing. A trio of Primaris Aggressors have breached the Necron nobility's chambers and begun destroying the Overlord's loyal guards and elite warriors. The Overlord, incensed at the arrogance of the Space Marine intruders, moves to confront the Aggressors and put an end to their rampage once and for all. Necron's Overlord. Eliminate the vermin. The Necron Overlord has risen to find its command center being torn apart by Space Marine intruders.
Seething at the arrogance of these lesser beings, it has risen from its personal crypt and now moves to vent its rage. Eliminate the aggressors. Space Marines, Primaris Aggressors, destroy the Overlord. Having stumbled across the lair of the Necron nobility, the Primaris Aggressors have set about tearing the facility apart. Their efforts have caused the Necron leader to rise. This is an opportunity to eliminate the Overlord. It must be destroyed.
So, here we go. The Necrons get priority in this phase. In this mission, so I say not phase. There's my range ruler over there. Here we go. I should have got this earlier. So the Necron Overlord has no shooting, so instead decides to move 6 inches, well, keeping 1 inch away, so 5, towards our closest opponent, the Aggressor Sergeant. He then rolls his charge range, which is 7. He's now in base contact with the Primaris Aggressor Sergeant. So now we fight. So our Necron Overlord gets 4 attacks, needing a 2+ to hit, 3 hits. His strength of the void side is ×2, so that puts him to strength 10. That's toughness 5, so it's double that, so we need 2s to wound. 2 wounds have hit the aggressor. And with a -4, oh dear, we won't be able to save at all with that. So our sergeant, though, has survived on 1 wound. It's now our sergeant's turn to fight back. He gets 3 attacks, needing 3s to wound, 3s to hit, hitting twice. His Flamestorm gauntlets are ×2, making him strength 8, which is not higher than, not double the toughness of the Overlord, but it is higher than, so we need 3s. Oh dear, that's not good. Still, the Overlord has been held up in combat. Having been gravely wounded, our Space Marine feels it's imperative that he backs off. So we're going to fall back 5 inches towards the rest of his squad. The other 2 aggressors are going to move up 5 inches and hit the Overlord with their Flamestorm gauntlets. So we have 1 roll of 2d6, getting 9. 6, 8, 9. So here we go. We just need to wound, so we are strength 4, tough 4, which means we need 5s. 1, 2, 3, and 4s do not count. 5s and 6s have inflicted a wound against the Overlord. They are AP nothing, so it's a straight up 3+ save. Oh dear. Something tells me this Overlord didn't take his coffee this morning. He's failed 3 of his saves. So he starts off at 5 wounds, so this puts him down to 3. Oh dear. Not good. Actually, no, down to 2. I can't add or take away, apparently. Starts at 5, loses 3. Okay, it's now back to the Necron's turn. So the first thing we do is turn that 2 to a 3 with living metal. We can't attack with anything ranged, so we go into I might have skipped something, hold on a sec. On a closer inspection, I have forgotten that the Primaris Aggressors can also charge after shooting with assault weapons. So, each aggressor now charges the Overlord. The first one is in, and the second one is in. So each Primaris Aggressor is armed with his Flamestorm Gauntlet Power Fist. So they get 3 attacks each, hitting on freeze. Oh dear. Only 2 hits. 1 hit even. I'm terrible at maths today. But we are strength times 2, so we are not totally over the Necron Overlord's toughness, but we are greater than. So we need a 3 to wound. That's a wound. So with AP -3, our Overlord needs a single save of 6. Nope, he's down to 1 wound. It could be all over. And will it be? Second Aggressor attacks. Scoring 2 hits. Freeze to wound. Only 1, this could be all we need. Oop, that's off the table, reroll. Oh dear. This Necron Overlord is too tired to fight. He's going to sleep. Night night. That's the end of the game then. So we've had some new rules learnt. I'll just set up back for our debrief and our next Imperium. So that was it for Mission 8, The Overlord Rises. A very quick mission because the Space Marines lucked out and the Necron Overlord did terrible at saving. We have learnt some new rules, like I said earlier. We've learnt about the importance of falling back and letting another unit take the fight up if you've been wounded. We've learnt about strength versus toughness. And we've also learnt about living metal a little bit more. Had the aggressors not charged, I think the Overlord would have done some serious damage to them in response. He would have regained a wound and gone on to literally obliterate. So what would you have done differently? Would you have kept the Overlord back a little bit away from the other 2 aggressors? I know it's hard on the small map, but it's up to you what you'd have done differently. I'd like to know in the comments down below. But on to our next Imperium. It is a double whammy, because we have issues 9 and 10, part 1 and 2 of our Necron Warriors and Scarab Swarms. We have a in-depth build and paint guide, and we also have a new playthrough, which, looking to my left, I can see it's the Duel in the Depths. It's a battle royale, Necron Overlord and Royal Warden versus Space Marines Captain and Lieutenant. So, all what's left is for me to thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, there's an affiliate link down below, as well as a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description down below. And I'll see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.